Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It's Nasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 61. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are all having a relaxing day. Just sit back, relax and enjoy. If you do enjoy, hit me with a thumbs up button right at the start of this episode. If we can continue to smash out the likes and get 3,000, that would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new. Click the notification bell. All of that good stuff, so you never miss an upload and you become part of the notification squad. Let me know in the comment section right now how you're getting on in the weekend league. Literally just write how your wins and losses. I'd be curious to know as we move on into season 2 of FIFA 20 Ultimate Team. So there's new season objectives, of course, and obviously the milestones don't refresh or anything. But here is our season progression. Like, this is what we are going to be unlocking this time around. There's a hair in my mouth. What's going on? Basically, it's a very similar lineup, very similar setup to Season 1, which I hoped maybe as we progressed onwards, there maybe would have been like players that weren't loans, but actual unlocked players halfway through. You know, maybe like the level of player that we got at the end of Season 1 could be like an unlocked player halfway through Season 2. And then as you get towards the end, once again, like we are getting all the way to level 25 to unlock some celebrations, some tifos, some stadium themes. There's some packs in there as well, and then our 3 players that we are going for this month is an 85 Oxlade-Chamberlain, an 86 Gelson Martins, and an 86, who is it? Danilo, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, there you go. So those were the players that we are going for this time around. I hope that they would have been a little bit higher, since as the end of this season is going to be like December, nearly Christmas time or something, and who knows, you never know what we're going to get in Season 3, but I was a little bit underwhelmed, I'm not going to lie, with the Season 2 stuff. Don't know about you guys, you can let me know down below what you thought, but I was just a tad underwhelmed. Now, I linked my EA and Twitch account or whatever so that we could get these kits. I wanted to rock the FootWiz kit as my, I want to rock it as my home kit eventually. I'll switch it at some point, but of course we are still using Messi, so we've got that Barca kit for now, but we've put our away kit as Team FootWiz. Now, there is also a fan vote for a Road to the Final player, and we've chosen Vinicius Jr. I would assume he would win the vote. I'm pretty sure he's going to win the vote. You might know by this time. I don't know when that vote is going to end or when it's going to come out, but yeah, it's him or Willian. I just figured people would probably want a 5-star skiller in Vinicius Jr., Real Madrid player. You know, he could be very good if they got somewhat far in the tournament. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with that. So I go into the weekend league, and we know from yesterday's episode that we were at, what were we at? I'm going to sit back and relax a little bit. What were we at? We were at 3-2, so things weren't going like amazingly well. We didn't get off to a very good start. But this game right here, 23 minutes in, we finally get our finesse shot goal with Leo Messi, who I've been toying with the idea of like switching him from left striker to right striker and right striker to left striker. Can't quite figure out the balance. I was talking to FootWiz Dan the other day, who was telling me that I should have like a player like Messi on the right striker so that I can cut inside and hit that finesse, or if I'm near post, he'll just use his left foot to then smash it in the top corner outside of the foot. But then when I get in a situation like that, I want it to be Mbappe. You know, Messi taking a shot on the right, on his wrong foot, should I say, and it's not quite working. I think I'm going to switch it around, and I'll do it after this episode, to have Messi as my left striker, and Mbappe as my right striker, because I think that is what will work best. Messi with his agility, although he can't do a running scoop turn because he's not 5-star skills, if I come up against the likes of the Nestas and the PKs and stuff like that, low agility or fairly low agility centre backs, then if I receive the ball and don't sprint with Messi back to goal, I can still turn with his low centre of gravity better onto his strong foot, and then turn outside the defender, being on the left hand side, and then either strike it near post, strike it across the goalkeeper, and obviously Mbappe can do the running scoop, so that's even better. So I think I need to stick with my guns and go with what I want to do, and what has worked for me in the past. Obviously, in the past, we've had 5-star skillers in Neymar and Mbappe up front, so the the 5-star weak foot player in Neymar kind of acts as like my left foot player, plays on the left, Mbappe plays on the right. And I think I'll get more out of the team otherwise. I mean, we do quite well there. We come up against Nesta, so 30 minutes later, I think he's still trying to turn for that first Messi turn right there. But yeah, we turn him quite well and then get back onto the strong foot of Messi, and that showed that it can be done. But there are a lot of centre-backs that have a lot more agility than someone like Nesta. Now, we also score with a left striker, Mbappe, there, and he does still strike it with his right foot outside of the boot into the top corner. That was the sort of thing that Footwiz Dan was talking to me about. However, imagine those roles were reversed. I would have turned with Mbappe, and I would have hit a left foot finesse shot or a left foot power shot into the top corner. So I think it could... Either way, it's going to work, but I'm more used to the other way around. We get a goal with Mbappe there to make it 4-0, and I think this guy, he either quits or he stays till the end. I can't actually quite remember. He does stay till the end, but it was a dominating performance, and we get what is our 5th win? Yes, so we are now 5-3. So, no, 5-2. 5-2, I guess. Anyway, we come up against Ozil. A few screams in this one. He's got PK, he's got William Carvalho, informed Gini Wijnaldum, and there's a Lacazette up front, I'm pretty sure. And we move on. We try and get a nice, easy win against this guy. It's not going to prove to be quite that easy. But anyway, Mbappe knocks it across, and Messi is there to stick it into the back of the net. I got an early yellow card with Messi, so I must have been trying to tackle with my strikers, which is... silly. I don't know why I bother doing that. I guess I'm just trying to bring them back as my opponent attacks. So I've got another man in there to try and make the tackles happen. I'm not sure. Either way, we go 2-0 up, and then look at that for some dodgy defending, dodgy goalkeeping. What am I doing there? I end up conceding a goal to Lacazette. So it's 2-1 and a fairly close game. It takes till the 57th minute for Ousmane Dembele to get through and strike it home to make this game 3-1. I'm glad that I'm actually doing something with Ousmane, because he goes hot and quiet all the time. I would absolutely love to have the road to the final one, but let's face it, he's going to be a long way away in terms of price, because in order to get someone like him, I'd literally have to sell Mbappe, and I don't know if that's a wise choice. So yeah, the road to the final prices are higher than I could have ever imagined. Obviously, they are live items. So yeah, they're gonna hold a price, especially for the players that are good and the teams that are expected to go far in this competition. There's also the SBC Joe Gomez, which at a very hefty price is still somewhat tempting to me. Liverpool won the Champions League last year, and if Gomez was to go all the way, he'd get some ridiculous centre-back card that obviously links to the best centre-back in the game, Van Dijk. And I don't know, it just seems like a really okay idea that you're risking it, aren't you? You're risking it. If Liverpool go far in the Champions League, then you're going to get an amazing centre-back. Joe Gomez regular card is outstanding this year. I probably won't do it just simply because I don't have the funds at my disposal, and I'm not going to sell someone like Messi to do that, I don't think. But I don't actually blame people that are spending over 300k to do that Joe Gomez SBC, because I think it's a long-term investment for someone that's going to be a very good player all year long, as long as they keep progressing through the Champions League. So I went out and bought a Romanian player, which there are only 12 of on the entire game. 12 gold Romanian players or something on the game. So you had to have a full gold team for the FUT Champions Cup SBC, and it needed a Romanian player, so they have obviously gone up in price. It might still be active by the time you're watching this. I'm not 100% sure. If it is, then check your club. If you've already done the SBC and you've got extra players remaining, then you might want to sell them whilst they're at a heightened price. You can get a couple K for them easily, and it is going to offer us a Prime Electrum Players Pack, of which we open up hoping to get a walkout, an icon. There's Zidane, that would be amazing, but the pack moves far too quickly, and it's just going to be a rare gold player. This time around, we get ourselves Rafinha, who I guess he's transferred, right? Got an alright card, never really going to use him, but it is, there's a few silvers in there that may come in useful over time. So after doing that little SBC, that was the gap. I did some of those games on Friday night, and then this is the session that we're going into on Saturday afternoon, which, as we always know, can be a torrid time for playing FUT Champs. Connection-wise, server, yeah, like server delay, whatever you want to call it. Like, by the way, we picked up a Mendy, and he paid a couple of K more for a blue one than a gold one. But yeah, since we got coins again after packing Langley, we don't have to use our first owner Roussillon anymore. We can just upgrade to Furlong Mendy, who, I mean, it's a downgrade in terms of rating, but I do think that he just is a little bit more meta on this game. Roussillon's good, don't get me wrong, but why not use Mendy when everyone suggests that he's one of the best on the game? So, we go into the Saturday afternoon session, and the first game I come up against a Lacazette, a Scream Chong, De Bruyne, Martial, an alright squad, but, like, I out-team this guy. I know he's got a De Bruyne, but, hey, I definitely out-team this guy. And he goes 1-0 up against me after 6 minutes, and I was literally thinking, wow, I can't change player very well here. And that is basically a theme of how things went for me on Saturday afternoon. Obviously, the servers are at quite a peak at that point, and it just feels like when that happens, you're playing like a mini game within the game itself just to switch to the correct player. It's very frustrating, I'm not going to lie. But we go 2-1 up here. We actually get through with Messi. So we've equalised with Mbappe and then come through and scored with Messi to take this game by the horns and you know, hopefully get a nice victory. Now, a good pass from Messi there gets it through to Mbappe. That's very fortunate that drops to me in that situation. It is super fortunate, actually, and we get a header goal with Messi, which is probably quite a rare thing. But once again, what a ball through from Mbappe that is, and a solid, calm, composed finish from the Argentine to get, I think, his hat-trick. It's going to lead to a 49-minute rage quit. Good start to Saturday, although the server delay and the overall button pressing and player switching was pretty tragic. However, we managed to get an 88% pass accuracy there, which I normally notice decreases significantly when I play in delay and have player switching issues and stuff. So we managed to keep that one fairly high. Anyway, next game, this guy has Pepe, Aguero, lots of players, and he just literally came out of the blocks so hot. It was crazy. He genuinely was just on fire. He sprints through with Aguero, just about misses, gets his first goal after 2 minutes from Nicolas Pepe. Fair enough that the ball that came to him was fairly lucky, but he then actually makes it 2-0. Again, I think fairly lucky that I wasn't able to make the challenge there, but he gets his goal with Bobby Firmino, and I'm like, wow, he has started on fire. I need to like slow this game down and get back into it a little bit. So I turn with Messi and turn the defender the wrong way and literally get that consolation goal, so at least one back in it. We can call it that we're back in the game at this point because it's so early and we're only 1 goal behind. But look at this, he just decides to stand off me with his defenders, and for someone that was playing so aggressive in the attack, I figured he would be more aggressive in defence. And look at this again, he just sort of stands off me with the defender, and I noticed it and I just started playing up to it, and it turned the game around for me basically. I got my goal. I think I'm going to try it again here. Mbappe to Messi. Look, he doesn't even switch player. Either that or he's experiencing some of the worst delay on this game. But yeah, it just looked like terrible defending, and it opened me up to scoring multiple goals here. Once again, we switched to Mbappe. His player switching, he just stops, I think, eventually. I'm looking at Davinson Sanchez, and he just stops. So we score a 5th goal, and this game is basically over. However, he does play a nice ball through from his substitute Vardy to his storyline substitute Zaha, and a nice little chip goal to make this one 5-3. I'm pretty sure that's all she wrote, though. We come away with a fairly convincing victory, considering I went 2-0 down really early on. I'm glad that I slowed the play down, noticed his defensive errors, and capitalised on that. Then we go into another game. So we're up to 8 wins already now. The weekend's going all right for us at this point. Let's go into another game. And normally it's around this time that I start to crack. I start to crumble. Things start to go bad for me. I just felt like this was a game where, especially Mohamed Salah, was winning every 50-50 with my defenders. Even if they were stronger defenders and making what I thought was a good tackle, everything just felt like it was going for my opponent. And that happens every now and again. He goes 1-0 up, he goes 2-0 up. Like it wasn't going well for me. And then look at this, I get a perfect through ball to Mbappe. That should be a goal like 10 out of 10 times. The fact that I missed that one, I'm gutted about. And then I get through, I press the chip button, And I don't know if Mbappe tries to chip it and fails or just doesn't get enough on it. I don't know what it was, but there were two clear-cut chances to get me back in this game. And then my opponent ends up getting luck to get the third goal right there. And I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm out. And I decided to rage quit at 3-0. So, yeah, that's another loss accrued. But we are at 8 wins and 3 losses right now. So still not the worst thing in the world. We can move on from that one pretty quickly. And hopefully bounce back against this guy who, I'm not going to lie, Chiellini on this game might not be that good because I was running rings around him. He seemed a little bit like Nesta, where he couldn't turn, turn like a bus, turn like a boat, and yeah, it was fairly easy to score some goals against this guy. I'm not gonna lie. It just he couldn't catch me whenever I went forward. It just seemed like I was through one-on-one every single time. I missed quite a few sitters. I had lots and lots of opportunities, but you can see there's just so much space behind the defenders here. We played the smart pass over to Messi there, and 28 minutes in, with 3-0 up, like I'm coming away with a victory in this game. There's just no doubt about it. If I bottle it from here, then things have gone majorly wrong. Anyway, Messi into Mbappe, get a 4th goal. Things are looking good. It's only like 4 minutes after we scored the last goal. And then I think Messi cuts inside with a nice LB skill move there. I can't remember what that one's called, but it's when you press LB and then you do the right-left on the right analog stick. So he cuts one way and exits the other. And that got me past the defender, and I could score a nice goal from it to get a 5-0 rage quit and 5-0 victory in the first half. That's prolific. Anyway, so we're 9-3, pushing our way through this weekend league. And then this guy he scored 1-0 with Mane. I thought I made the tackle, but obviously not. And then look what happens. He gets disconnected. I don't know what that's all about, but all of a sudden he was just running in a direction with this PK and he just got cut from the servers. So although he was winning, I guess because he got disconnected, I don't take a loss for that. So I just move on into the next game, and it's like the game never even happened. So we go into what is going to be our final game of the episode here. I start perfectly. Look at that. That's what I expect Messi to do. Cut inside and hit this finesse shot of dreams. Hit this wand of a left foot dream. And he does that. He does that at the start of this game. Well, I get pretty unfortunate to concede a header at the back post to Ozil, who knocks it across the Pookie. And my opponent's equalised on me. I've then fired one home at the near post, 26 minutes in, to get myself rightly back in the lead in this game. And then I just experienced mad delay. Had been all episode. Obviously it makes it look worse, and it makes it look like you're moaning a lot more when you eventually lose the games. And I guess that probably is a factor, right? You know, I feel like there's more delay in a game that I lose because I feel hard done by. It might not even be the case, but again, everything that I do seems to drop to your opponent, and again, you have games like that from time to time. This one really defeated me mentally. I have to stop and edit this video after this game, and basically have to stop for the day just because I'd completely lost it. My head's gone. I threw a controller. I think it's alive and well and not broken, but yeah, I've lost it with this game today, so I had to stop, and we go again another time when my head is a little bit more level. I'm fine now, so I could probably play after this. But yeah, it's not been a good way to end a session, really. We're getting defeated like that. So Mbappe has now played over 100 games for us, and obviously scored and assisted a ton. So has Messi. They're both great. In good gameplay, they are outstanding. Unplayable, they're so good. But then when you're playing in games that are tough like that, with the position changing, the player switch, and all of that being so tough, so difficult, then it makes it hard for both me and my opponents out there. They must be experiencing it too, right? And obviously we've come away with a few victories today where it looks like my opponent's experiencing severe delay. So it's a problem for all of us, but we get through it. We are 9-4, I guess. So not good, but not terrible. Like, we can push on from that. I'm sure 5 more wins to get up to gold 3, and we will be all good. So I might knock that one out of the park pretty quick. Try and get that done on a Saturday night so I can have a nice free Sunday to spend with some family and friends. Or, of course, we could leave it for Sunday and hope that there are some easier opponents to come up against. I'll let you know how that gets on. If you want to find out a little bit earlier, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I post a little bit more about how things are going when they're happening. And if you had smashed that thumbs up on the episode, I'd greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful Sunday, everyone, and I will catch you next time. Peace.